Hi, everyone. Well, blood should be thicker than water, shouldn't it? That's what we hear. But not when mommies don't protect their little ones against boyfriends and stepdads, men not related. Why don't mommies protect their children? This is the case of little Elijah Vue, 3 years old, who went missing in Wisconsin, had an Amber Alert, and on September 7th, his remains were located by a hunter on private property. We are going to go ahead and listen to a little bit of the press conference from the police together. Rest in peace, sweet boy. This is just, I'm heartbroken about it. His story has so much almost unspeakable things that occurred and were occurring to this little boy. My heart breaks. My condolences to the family, my thoughts, my prayers. Let's go ahead and listen to this news conference. I want you to get some of the details.
While we do feel it's important to share information with the public, our first priority is Elijah.
One second, guys, sorry.
And the integrity of the investigation, as well as communication with the family. These are the facts that I can share. The remains were found on private property by a person getting his land ready for the hunting season. This land was not on Manitou Girl Scout camp property, but rather a thick wooded area with heavy underbrush, just to the north of Manitou. This location is just over 3 miles northwest of where he originally was reported missing. This area had been searched several times, as had been reported, by law enforcement searches, by private searches, by the landowner, by air, and with various search and rescue teams. Despite all those previous efforts and throughout different conditions and changing seasons, we continued searching and even had continued searches scheduled as early as next week. The remains found by the hunter and recovered by law enforcement were taken to the Wisconsin Crime Lab for DNA testing to identify the person. It is with a heavy heart that I announce to you today those remains were identified as Elijah Vue. With that news and following this briefing, the Amber Alert will be canceled.
So, friends, it was Elijah Vue. They have confirmed it. Little Elijah went missing when he was 3 years old. He was reported missing from an apartment in the 3900 block by Jesse Vang, the boyfriend of Elijah's mother, Katrina Baur. He claimed, now just listen, he claimed he walked out while gone when Vang, the boyfriend, woke up. Gone while he slept. We have heard that many times before. Baur, the mommy, was at her residence in the Wisconsin Dells at the time. Why was he not with Mom at her house, you ask? Because Mama Dearest, Baur, sent her little tiny precious 3-year-old son to boyfriend Vang's house to stay for a boot camp for a while to help make a man out of him. Mommies who do not protect their children against boyfriends and stepfathers. Blood should be thicker than water. A photo was found on the mom's phone by law enforcement she had deleted of the little angel laying on a bed. It's so hard to say, blindfolded and bruised. So there were many tactics this SOB, Vang, used, and I hope that he gets what's coming to him if charged for this little boy's death. Justice for this precious life. So, anyway, they started out looking for a missing boy. And then apparently details of his last days started to emerge. I mean, you can imagine. And on February 23rd, just 3 days after they sounded that Amber Alert, they arrested his mother, Katrina Baur, and she was charged with party to a crime child neglect in Manitowoc County, which is in Wisconsin. This case takes place in Wisconsin. And Jesse Vang, the 39-year-old boyfriend, was charged with child neglect. And the mom was also charged with 2 counts of obstructing officers. Putting the mom in jail for neglect or obstructing officers, and she has been there ever the whole time they've been searching for her child. Can you imagine what a concept, right? If everyone did that. So they found the skull, they found skull and bones along with a diaper nearby. And that precious little boy, when I hear diaper, I can't even talk about what he went through. He was not allowed to fill them too much or he was punished. One punishment Vang used was cold showers. Just horrid, horrid story. So those 2 little criminals are in jail right now. They are expected to be charged with something in this death investigation that is no longer a missing person. It is now a death investigation. So what's going to happen, in my opinion, friends, is cause of death is going to be very important because Vang is claiming that the little boy walked out while he was asleep. He woke up, he was gone. Okay. So the reason I say cause of death is going to be so important is on February 20th, in Twin Rivers, Wisconsin, the high was 36 degrees. Okay. So this little boy was out in a diaper, bare feet. So I want to know cause of death. Was it, from being out in the elements? Is that what we're going to find out? Or something other than that? That is going to be the key, in my opinion. So they are in jail. The grandmother had begged during the first initial hearings and on that her daughter Katrina not be released on bond. The family is just absolutely heartbroken, absolutely devastated. Condolences to all of you and you sweet, sweet grandma. Our hearts break for you, for Elijah. Just very heartbreaking story. The silver lining is that they already are behind bars, allegedly the people who they believe are responsible for Elijah's disappearance, leading to his unaliving. So, oh my goodness, just prayers up for this entire family. Thank you so much for being here. Let's go ahead and put up, let me stop this screen. And before we go, I'm going to go ahead and put this little boy's face up again. Let me share my screen before we say goodbye. That beautiful little face. There he is. So, prayers up for this little angel. May he get the justice he deserves. And mothers, stop letting your men, your boyfriends, your stepfathers hurt your children, please. Blood is thicker than water. Remember that, and it should be.